Hi everyone, welcome to our very first live stream working in Europe Inland Shipping. I'm very happy that you will join us. Thanks for that. My name is Tineke. I'm the General Manager of Axxaz Marine. Today we are in our beautiful meeting point in Willemstad, and we're just going to check out how it's going. So hopefully a lot of people will join today, so I can answer some questions about the recruitment, about the process, applying to Axxaz and how everything is going.
Yeah, we've got quite a few people on the stream this morning. Make sure that if people are joining, they can leave a comment. So if they're joining the stream, maybe get them to share their names.
If you're joining the stream, share your name in the comment section, maybe your locations. Good to see where you're from. We love to see that.
Wow, we've got lots of people joining us today, team.
So, I hear we've got a lot of people joining us, which is absolutely great. Thank you. So I will be starting with, I think, the question that most people have asked. So I will not be mentioning any names for this question. It's about what are the requirements of applying to Axxaz. We have a few. One of the biggest requirements is that you're a motivation. Sorry, very difficult word. I'm sorry for that. We are looking for motivated people to be joining our inland vessels. That's the most important thing. We want 5 years of international experience at a seagoing vessel and a basic safety training. That's mandatory. All the other things are extra. So what you can bring to the table, let us know. It will get you hired, hopefully. The process is taking somewhat longer at the moment just because we have a lot of applicants we deal with. We have a special form on internet that will give you the possibility to leave your data, and you will be called for an interview from our agency in the land where you're from. We have agencies in the Philippines, we have agencies in Indonesia, and more to come, but that's for the next live stream. So that's basically the requirements we want from you. Also, if you are applying and you have done the first assessment by our agency, it will be forwarded to Axxaz, actually to me, and I will be assessing your skills, your experience, and we will see if we have a fitting vessel for you. After that, I will approve or disapprove the application. When you are approved, you will see the process is going very fast, because after approval, we will go forward with doing a medical. After the medical, we will be applying for your visa, and when your visa is released, joining is in weeks. So it's a very short process after you are hired. But please make sure to wait until the call to say you're hired. So that's basically the answer to a lot of the questions we saw in the comments. Now I will be taking some questions just from people. I have one really lovely question from Francis. The question is, do you accept female officers? Which for me as a female, of course, I want to answer. Because, yeah, we do. We're always looking for female officers as well. Even not officers, just females wanting to join the business. We have, of course, females also as sailors, which is great, but also we are using females for the steward positions in the passenger cruises. So if you're a female wanting to join Axxaz, leave your application as well.
How long does the process take to make your application?
I'm getting the question, how long does the process take from application? Well, that depends on what kind of vessel you're applying for, what is your skills, and what do we have available. Usually, if you get approved right away, the process is 6 to 8 weeks. That's the main goal that we're going for after applying. But like I said, at the moment we're having a lot of applicants, which means the waiting time for getting the application, getting the conversation, the assessment, and coming to Axxaz is a little longer. We have another great question coming from Hector. he's asking what are the types of vessels that we have in the inland water transportations. So we have a lot. We have tankers, we have passenger cruises, sand ship, container vessels, ro-ro vessels, the towing and the push barges, which are amazing, I think. Crane ships, fishing vessels, so basically every kind of vessel we have. If you have experience in those kinds of vessels, make sure you mention it in your application so we can find the suiting vessel for you. If you love doing the tankers, let us know. If you love doing the passenger vessels, let us know, because those are the things we are looking for, actually. Let's see, do we have another great question?
That's our next question.
We have so many. Darcel asked us, what are the safety precautions, because inland shipping is different from the offshore vessels? Well, we agree with that. So since the coming of this year, we have an extra safety training for new joiners, which will take you around a day. We practice it on a real inland vessel, and it's a combination of an in-house training together with one of our schools that also provides us with the education for the sailors to pass your exam. So new rules this year. Safety training first, joining the vessel later. So I think that's one of the questions that's been asked a lot also in the comments. So thank you for this question. Happy to answer it. We have another question that's been asked a lot. That's, do we have an age limit? No, we don't have an age limit. Of course, we have to check with the medical whether you're healthy enough and fit enough to be joining an inland vessel. One of the main differences between inland and seagoing vessels is that you work alone and not in a team. So that can mean if you're less fit, it's maybe can be a problem. But we don't have an age limit. Actually, our oldest crew member is 76 years old, which is amazing. He's the father of one of our other crew members, and he came in as a chief engineer, which we're really proud. Amazing guy, and so I'm very happy and proud to say, no, we don't have an age limit.
We've had a question from Kevin. Kevin Gajo has asked, do you have to have a minimum amount of experience on a vessel to apply to work with Axxaz?
Yes, Kevin, we have 5 years international experience is what we're asking for on a seagoing vessel. Yeah.
Does domestic experience not count then?
Domestic experience does count, but we prefer international experience also based on language. As you can see, I have a team here. They're whispering some questions in my ear, which is great. So thanks, guys. I have one more beautiful question coming from Arvin. He is asking, aside from the attractive salary and benefits, what do you think is the secret why you stand out from other shipping companies? Which I love this question, love to explain. I think foremost, our human approach is what sets us apart. Our humanity and caring for our crew, and not just saying we care, but actually caring for our crew, makes us stand out from every other shipping department that we have. Our commitment to the client and to the crew, and also our flexibility in always being inventive, bringing new ways, thinking together with crew and clients how we can come up with situations and solutions. I think that's what sets us apart. And especially the human approach, that's something that we bring out, put into the world. We never want to lose, even though we're a growing company, we still remain human, actually. Let's see if I have some more great questions. Maybe we have some questions in the comments.
Yeah, we've had a couple of questions. Ado Abras has asked, if I'm in the Philippines, how do I apply? So if we've got people who are based in the Philippines, what's kind of the process for them to apply?
We have our shipping company in the Philippines. It's called Lotus Shipping Management. They're based in Roxas Boulevard in Manila. That's actually our agency where we start the applications. We have a special form which you can fill out. That is also one of the questions. Can you apply when you're still on board? Yes, you can do that based on the form that we have. It's an online form. You fill it in. It comes with Axxaz and it comes with our shipping agency, and then they will contact you for a first interview.
Great.
That's actually it.
We had a question from Mohammed who said, what if there's no agency in my country?
Then you contact us and we'll start finding one. That's what flexibility means.
So they would contact through the website?
Yes, through the website. We have a special email address which is called crewing@axxaz.eu. I think we will put it in the comments later so that you can find the email address, and you can share any concerns, any countries that you want to be able to join from there. We have no exception on nationality. We just want to make sure that everything is done in the right way.
Great. We've had another question, Tineke, a really good one in the comments. Someone's asked, what's life like on an inland ship in terms of the contract length? So how does that work when they come to work here, and how long is their contract, and how long do they have off, and things like this? Could you share with us?
So contract duration is actually depending on the ship. The first contract we ask is 9 months on, 3 months off. The reason why we ask for the 9 months is because of the education and getting to know in Europe. After that, we always try to switch to 6 months. We have contracts of 4 months, but it's really depending on what type of ship, and is there overtime you have to do. Because if there's a lot of overtime, that will be compensated in the duration of the contract and also in the leave time. Because your leave time is always fully paid, so when you're home you will receive the exact same salary as you will be receiving on board. There's no difference in that.
Great. We've had another question from Reno, who says, do you accept applicants with tattoos?
I think we do.
Great question.
It's a lovely question though, but yeah, we accept applicants with tattoos as well. Would be maybe a little hypocritical not to do it. So we have lots of crew members that have tattoos. We have no issue with that, actually.
Could you share for people who want to apply? Could you just share the website for Axxaz so that people watching can check that out? What's the URL?
Axxaz.
Axxaz.eu.
Yeah, that's it. Axxaz.eu. That's it.
Super.
Yeah.
Super. We've actually had another question as well. We've got lots of questions in the comments.
Yeah,
We've got over 650 people watching.
650 people watching. Wow, it's amazing.
All over the country. And we should say, if people have a question, if you guys have a question, then share it in the comments.
If you guys have a question, share it in the comments, because we're trying to read all of the comments, which is great because we have so many questions, and they're whispering the questions in back to me, so keep on commenting and I will try to answer as many as I can.
Yeah.
We had a great question. Do you have a training program for crew members who join your company?
Well, there are a few trainings that are mandatory. So we do have a training program, but it's the same. That's for every sailor, actually. We have what's called in Dutch the function of a lichtmatroos, which means that you are a sailor that is in education to become a matroos. So when you join, first is the safety training for the decksman, and after that you start your training to become matroos, which is a training you either do online or you do in a workbook. You have to do certain things that you do in your everyday job at the ship. And after 90 sailing days, you can do your exam and you can become matros. Usually it takes a little longer than 90 days, so make sure you think about it as 4 to 6 months of training, working and training at the same time, passing your exam, getting the next rank, which is matros. The rank after matros can be kept fully on sailing days, so that just means you work, you make 180 days, and then you can become volmatros, boatsman, volmatros, it's the same function. And when you are volmatros, you need to do one more training, which is called the VHF training, which is a radio training that's newly required for the stuurman. So to become the stuurman, you have to have another 180 sailing days, get the VHF training, and you will get your next rank. The project into becoming captains is also ongoing, so we're working on that because we would love to see some Filipino, some Indonesian captains coming. But we'll talk about that also in a later live stream, I think. So it would be great.
JR Madelo left that question. He just asked, is there a possibility that Filipino can become a
Yeah, and I know exactly who JR is. He's one of our crew members. So hi, JR.
Hey.
So I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, that's a great one. That's a great one.
We've got a question from Lou Dell, who says, is speaking German an advantage?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Most of our ships sail the River Rhine or other rivers, but mostly European shipping gets through Germany. So if you either speak or read German, that's a big advantage. And also we are a German company, of course.
Fantastic.
So we prefer German always.
And is English necessary?
Yes. Yes.
What level of English do you have to have?
Yeah, you have to have, I don't know the exact, because in Dutch it's I think A1, but you have to, there are multiple ways of connecting, but you have to be able to speak, understand and read
A1,
English.
A2.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Great. Fantastic. Have we got any more questions in the
Yeah,
comments?
Any more questions in the
We've had
comments?
a few questions about specific roles. Someone asking, do you have cook roles? Do you have engine department roles? Do you have restaurant positions?
Restaurant positions we have in the cruise vessels. In the inland vessels, you're basically doing everything as a sailor. So you're also doing, you're the engine department, you're the chef, you're the one who's actually who's cleaning the ship. So your role is very big. Being able to cook for yourself is a big advantage, because most of our vessels have a living in the front where you're living on your own, so you would be able to cook yourself. And of course our Dutch captains and our German captains and our Belgian captains also love some international food.
I just want to mention this one more time. We've had the other question again. Do you accept female Filipino officers? Can you just confirm for our viewer, Kei Jing?
Kei Jing, yes, we accept female officers, 100%.
Fantastic. So maybe ask for questions if there's any questions.
Yeah, any more questions from the comments, or I will take one from my list, because let's see what we have. I would like to know the basic work things in inland shipping, the difference between inland ship work and ocean-going vessels. It's coming from MJ or MOJ, which is a good question. Like I said, in inland shipping you have a very big role. You're usually 1 or 2 in a team with the captain. So you do everything on the ship. The maintenance work is on the ship. You help the captains tie the ship. You have to give them distances in locks, loading and unloading the ship. What else can I think of? Depending on the sailing route, some ships need more cleaning than others, but basically we don't have the different departments that you have on an ocean ship, and I think that's the biggest difference. So you have to be an all-rounder and motivated to learn skills. That's actually it. So everybody who's technical, who has technical abilities, has a big advantage. If you can weld, if you can, well, most of you guys know how to paint and how to mix paint, but those are all big advantages if you have done that before. Let's see, what else do we have? I have one very beautiful question coming from Ian. I want to know how you treat your crew member to be happy working in Axxaz and in Europe, and how they feel very important with you, which is, I think that's a very beautiful question. I hope I can explain, because a feeling is always very difficult to explain. We try to keep our crew happy by having the personal contact, by listening to them, listening to their concerns, try to help with their concerns, whether it's work-related or not work-related. For example, somebody is homesick. We try to do the best that we can to make sure that they're comfortable in the position that they're in. On board, there's like, it feels like a family. It should feel like a family. It's a small team, so yeah, act as friends, act as family, care for each other. That's the main goal that we actually go for, and I think we do it well. I think our captains do it well. I'm super proud of our crew and of our client base, because also our clients are very important to us, and we try to make them feel home in Axxaz as well.
We had a couple of questions. Could you share the things that make someone successful? So with regard to crew members, what kind of things do crew members have to remember to be successful within inland shipping?
What does the crew member need to remember to be successful in inland shipping?
What does it take to be successful?
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, what does it take to be successful? I think if you have a good attitude, I think that's the most important thing. You're willing to learn, listen, that you can get such a long way. Because if you're willing to learn and you have the good attitude, good work attitude, you will see that people also connect to you, give you more opportunities, give you more freedom in doing your job. So I think that makes the difference. Not really what you already can do, but what are you willing to do? I think that's the thing. I hope I answered that one correctly. Any more questions coming from somebody? That would, I think the comment section is going good. So everybody, thanks. Really happy to see you all. I don't see you, but
there's a lot of people asking, do you take first timers, people with no seafaring experience?
That's difficult. We do sometimes. But actually, we need the seafarer experience to already become the first rank in inland shipping. So we really prefer the experience already being there. If you're a first timer, you need to be really special. That's all I can say. But again, with the right attitude and willingness and commitment, anything is possible, even in Axxaz. Yeah.
Someone asked, is there a season when you hire more, or is there a certain month?
No, we hire year round. So we hire every month. Right now, I'm accepting 6 candidates every week. So every week we have new people coming in, and we also have new people that we hire. So, but that's, let's be honest, sometimes we have over 200 or 300 applicants. So yeah, I have to make choices, guys. I'm sorry.
I think we've got time for maybe one more question. Yale has asked what kind of benefits and insurance do the guys get when they come to work on board?
Yeah, that's a very good question. We have several benefits, and also we have several insurances actually. Let's start from the top. Well, of course, we provide a very good salary, I think. That's a benefit. We have an insurance free of charge for the crew member and one of his family or her family, of course. You can choose whether it's your wife, your husband, your mother, your daughter. We provide extra health insurances for a really low rate if you want to have your full family insured. That's a health insurance in your homeland. So for the Philippines, that's the Coco Life Insurance. We have here in Europe, we have the Worldwide Labor Union. So we have a union especially for the seafarers that come here. What other benefits do we have? Well, we have an amazing team standing by here in Europe for you. I think that's a benefit as well. We have a big team in Germany also standing by. What other benefits do we have? Yeah, I don't know. No, the food allowance depends on the ship, to be honest. In tankers and in pushboat, we usually have a food allowance, but in the dry cargo, most of the times we have not. And that's based on the own living. You have the benefit of having an own living in the front of the ship, but that will mean you have to do your own cooking as well. And the food allowance is actually based in the salary. So.
There's one more question here. Can I apply for your company even though I'm still on board another ship? Yeah,
we already answered that also, but that doesn't matter. I will answer it again. For the people that joined in later, yeah, you can. We have a special application form which you can already fill in anywhere you are on board, and you can do it, anywhere. And when you will be contacted when you disembark, but then you will already be at the first steps of the process. Well, I think that's about it for today. I think we're going to close off. So I want to thank you all for joining. I will hope to see you again on the next live stream. You can ask some questions in the comments. We will try to be able to answer them later. So once again, thanks for joining. Really great. Good luck.